We're happy to have a chance to say hi to you guys. First of all, Debbie and I want to say thank you for your prayers for your missionaries during this difficult time around the world.
Thank you so much.
In 2007, we went to language school after we itinerated.
Oh, that was hard at 50, learning another language and another customs.
But we made it out of language school.
We made it.
We got to Guatemala in 2008, where immediately we started ministry to children. We started a ministry called
One Way Guatemala.
It's an outreach ministry to children in public schools.
Yes.
How many programs do we do a year?
Oh, at least 100 programs a year. But Dave, I have a question. Why do we call it One Way when they speak Spanish here?
Well, they have to tell us that means El Camino in Spanish, because there's only one way to God. So we started our outreaches.
Schools.
So that means since we started Guatemala, you've helped us do somewhere around 1,000 outreaches in public schools around the country of Guatemala.
Yes.
We want to say thank you for that.
Yes.
And we went to one place, and we was doing 3 or 4 events a day for a week. After the end of that week, the local church received over 200 children extra as a result of our evangelism crusade.
Yes.
It was so out of control, the local church couldn't handle that many kids.
No.
And so a local businessman started loaning us a great big warehouse.
Yeah.
He remodeled it for us.
It was empty.
Empty, but he put in classrooms.
Yes, a platform.
Video, lights, sound.
And a kitchen.
And a team came in and actually built us a kitchen.
In.
And so every Sunday, we'll have somewhere around 150 to 250 children that come from one of the worst areas of Guatemala. They call it a red zone because of the violence, the gangs, the poverty, the abuse. But our Guatemalan friend, he sends buses over, pick those kids up, brings them back to Planet Kids. We have worship. We do Bible study.
Yes.
We have prayer. And then what do?
I feed them. I have a lunch for them every day. It's supposed to be just a little refraction, a little snack. But a lot of those kids don't get to eat all weekend. They get chips and stuff like that. But so we feed them.
Anything from pizza to hamburgers to
spaghetti,
the hot dogs, and that's one of our concerns during this this time of the COVID crisis is that before the crisis hit, 50% of the children in Guatemala did not get enough calories in their diet.
No.
And so our concern here is that there'll be more kids that could die of hunger than actually die from the disease. So we've started a food relief program, and we've wept knowing that it was too little for too few.
That's right.
But it has made a difference in some.
They get a bag of groceries.
And it'll last maybe a couple of weeks. And BGMC helped, they sent us a check for $3,000, and some other people have helped us. In the last couple of weeks, we have distributed over $4,000 worth of emergency food hygiene supplies.
Praise the Lord.
Yeah, thank you for your support.
Amen.
For those kind of things. Your support, financial support, has sent us to Guatemala and keeps us here working.
Yes.
And your participation in things like BGMC, Speed the Light, special project offerings helped us go even farther. But then your prayer gives us supernatural help from God to give us direction and guidance and supernatural strength.
That's right.
2012, we had a horrible auto accident.
Yes, we did.
Remember that real well, don't you?
Yeah.
Nobody thought we was going to live through that. Nobody thought that we was going to be able to go back to Guatemala.
In fact, the night that they finally got us to the hospital, the doctor told the pastor, We were on itineration and going to a church, and the pastor came to the hospital, saw us, and the doctors told the pastor they're not going to live through the night, call their family.
After we got out of the hospital, we were very rough for several months. And sometimes when churches think that missionaries can't go back, their support drops overnight. And there were days that we wanted to quit, to be honestly, because of the pain and just the struggle. But you know what happened during that time? None of our support dropped. First Assembly in Martin kept sending us support because you believed in God, you believed in us. And it gave us courage to keep on doing what we're doing here. You've helped us develop One Way Guatemala that has done at least 1,000 outreaches in Guatemala just in the last few years. We estimate that we have ministered to over 300,000 children and teenagers face-to-face in public schools.
But what's really neat about that is going into the schools is we don't go by ourselves. We bring in a group from the local church to go into the schools with us. Then when our hour program is done, we present the pastor, we present the church people or the children's or youth pastors, and then we release them to the church, and the church brings them to their church, and they can disciple them and they can be part of their church.
All of that would have been impossible without the help of churches like First Assembly.
Yes.
You've helped us start Planet Kids, a church for children. You've helped us host nearly a dozen medical outreaches. Your support has helped us begin Project Protect Me Guatemala, which is a human trafficking program to protect children. You've helped us start a ministry called Shoes for Adela that gives shoes and school supplies to needy kids.
They can't go to school without shoes.
You've helped us do way more than what we could even begin to describe at this moment. I don't know what the future holds, but I know who holds the future.
Amen. And He holds our hand.
And I know who holds our hand.